Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a reading today. This is actually going to be a soul contract reading. This reading can be applied to anybody in your life, so just take the messages as they resonate. Some things may resonate while other things that come up in the reading may not, so just pick and choose whatever you want to apply. No general reading can always apply to every single person that watches it. So, if you feel like it's not resonating with you, probably within the next 10 minutes, it's probably not the reading for you. So anyways, just wanted to say that. And I also wanted to say I really appreciate everybody that have popped in to see me on my first live feed ever on YouTube last night. It was so nerve-wracking because it was my first time doing it, but I just want to tell everybody that I really appreciate your guys' patience with me. I swear I'm kind of like challenged when it comes to social media and how to do all that stuff, and I swear I thought it was going to be a super easy thing to just click live, and then I didn't even know I was live, and it was just kind of a little bit of a nightmare at first, but as time goes on, I'm going to get better at it. I'm going to be able to stay on track with messages because I know that a lot of people, and I really wasn't expecting actually as many people as I saw to actually log on. So that was a really nice surprise. So yeah, I didn't think that I was going to be dealing with so many people at one time. So it made it a little difficult to try to keep on track. Then every single time I saw a message pop through, it's like as soon as I was reading it, it disappeared. And I'm like, where the hell did it go? So again, I'm sorry for anybody that didn't get what they were looking for last night, but I do appreciate you guys tuning in anyways. So yeah, going to be doing those moving forward. Erica and I are going to come together and we're actually going to do one. We will be prepared this time. So you guys can look forward to us sometime in March. We're going to go ahead and do that. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I will try to mention the decks that I'm using, but I will also list them in the description box below, okay? This is a reading that I actually do offer in my Etsy shop. It's a 45-minute reading. Today's reading, I have no idea how long it's going to be because if I try to limit myself, usually I end up going over anyway. So we'll just see how it works out. Okay, so what we're going to do is this is going to be between you and someone else. So whoever is watching it, I will go ahead and say you, and then of course I will refer to the other person as the other person. So whoever's watching this video, I'm going to go ahead. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to assume that most people that are watching this video are probably the feminine, but if you're not, it is okay. So you can identify as a feminine energy or maybe you're not. So I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle these cards. This right here is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. I have taken out all of the queens and all of the kings, and so we're just going to kind of go between feminine and masculine energy. It doesn't have to be a twin flame, you guys. It could just be your male or female watching this or whatever you want to identify with. There's no real labels here. So I'm just going to see who you were, and I'm just going to say you, the viewer, but if you're wanting to take the other information because you're a male watching, that's totally fine too. We're just going to see what your main focus was in that lifetime, like who you were, what kind of personality you identified with. And this is the card we're going to grab here. Queen of Water. So this could be an indication here that in a past life or within this contract with this person. So this means that you have a contract with somebody. You're connected to them on a soul level. You come into this lifetime. You have a significant pull or a significant connection to this person, whether it's a twin flame, a soulmate, a karmic relationship, or just somebody that you're here learning a lesson with. Regardless, there's some kind of a soul contract. And we're just going to take a glimpse. I mean, literally, this is a glimpse of it today. Does not embody everything, just so you guys know. So if you guys identify with some of these messages today, if you guys were to get a different reading, like another reading, we could go into even deeper things as well, or it could just go into other aspects. So just want to let you guys know that. So right here, this could be the embodiment that somebody here is embodying the Cancer type of a female. So you're either a Cancer in this lifetime, but if you're not, don't worry about it. It does not have to be for a Cancer female, but this could just be a water sign, period, or just a very watery, intuitive, nurturing female. So that is the person that I'm speaking of right now. that we've got you coming into this lifetime. And it's here really about nurturing, about emotional mastery. This is about somebody who's really here to just get very in touch intuitively with herself. This could be somebody who has a lot of psychic gifts, somebody who is just really, just embodying everything that the Queen of Water does. Somebody who could be here for emotional healing as well. So it could be challenging. It could also be you're using your spiritual gifts in some way to help the world. You could also be a counselor, some kind of a motivational speaker, somebody who is reaching people and changing lives and really helping people emotionally change in this lifetime, really doing that emotional healing. But you're also here, you could be doing it for yourself as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at your partner's energy. So this is going to be the masculine energy. And we're going to go ahead and take that one. We have the King of Fire. So this could embody a fire sign male. This could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, but it doesn't have to be, okay? Specifically, we have the lion there that does say Leo. So if you guys wanted to apply that information, you can. And the only reason I mention it is because sometimes people like to, it's a special message for them. Like, hey, I'm a Cancer and my partner's a Leo. Wow, that's significant. So that's for those people that want to take the message that way, but it doesn't have to be. This fiery person here is here for passion. They're here for their creativity, their creative pursuits, or their spiritual growth. But whatever it is, it's like energy is what they're here to do. They're here to focus on something that they're going to be creating in this lifetime. They're very either focused or driven on specific goals that are creative, or they're creating something within this lifetime. They're making a difference in this lifetime, whether it be on a large scale or it could just be in one other person's life. They're inspiring others in some sort of way, but they could also just be inspiring themselves, living life to the fullest. This could be somebody who's just really embodying this fiery energy, somebody who's really positive, confident, just anybody could even be a motivational speaker. I like to say that too with this energy, because for me, Leo is somebody who's extremely confident, somebody who's very powerful, and somebody that likes to possibly be in the limelight. So I'm only putting it out there because that could identify with some of you or the person that this could be connected to. But this is just somebody who's probably very physically attractive as well. Very physically attractive type of a person. Okay, so now that we have determined the energies, so it looks like the two of you, we have fire and water, so we could be talking about, a very watery female and a very fiery male. But and you guys can identify with either or, just so you guys know, okay, whatever you guys want to do. It doesn't have to be the female or the male. It's up to you guys. But yeah, both here for a little bit of different growth and different reasons is what I'm getting here, okay? And it doesn't mean it's a mismatch. It just means that this person is here for emotional experiences, emotional growth, possibly emotional healing, psychic development, nurturing and caring for others, healing others. This person is here more to inspire and drive people forward, or to create some kind of change in their environment which inspires others. But there's something that they're sharing with the world that has helped to motivate and inspire others. So now we're going to take a look at the deeper the real major lessons that they're here for that may be connected to these elements here. So let's see for the female here. I'm just going to shuffle these like this. I'm going to spread them out. It's not shuffling very well. There's just not enough cards. Okay, so this person here, this Queen of Water, this is for perception. So this is really deep, because the thing is how we think about things, how we perceive things, is how we're ultimately going to feel about things. And so this person may be very challenged in this lifetime. as in the way that they either perceive this individual, because this is a contract. So these people are here for their own individual growth, but they're also here to help inspire growth within each other. So some of these contracts, they may be more difficult than others because it really inspires us to have to grow and change. But the way that this person perceives situations, the way they internalize their thoughts, really may do a number on this person when it comes to their emotions, okay? So the way that they may be very sensitive. They may be very sensitive in the way that they're perceiving others. And so it might be a real struggle for this person with the things that have either happened to them or that continue to happen to them in this lifetime. Also could be very hard for this person, the way that they perceive this person. It may create them to have to really go deep within their own emotional state to do some very necessary healing is what I'm getting. Okay, so for this person, we have the Sage. Okay, so this might be related to more of the spiritual aspect, because the creativity is definitely there as well. But the Sage here to me is a very spiritual man. This is somebody who may be here for spiritual mastery. Now, the thing is, even if that does not embody this person, you're thinking to yourself, that person isn't spiritual or they're not, connected in that kind of a way. The thing is this could be something that happens later in life, which is why we have this gray-haired man. This is somebody who is aged, somebody who is seasoned. This could be also an indication too, that this person is also, got this wisdom already within them. And so this is something that once they tap into a certain area or a certain, possibly, I need to turn that off because I thought that was off. Sorry, I have my Etsy thing going off. This person may be... They may be subjected to something later on in their life that really creates them to be a lot more spiritual and think in terms of depth. This person may be very surfacey, very much in their ego, just kind of living life and having a good time for a period of time. But it looks to me like in their later years, there is some kind of need for this wisdom, or the wisdom that they already have within their souls. It's like they start to awaken to that later on. Now, I don't want to worry some of you that are watching this going, oh, great. So, the person that I'm with, they're 30 or 40 years old. You mean to tell me they're not going to wake up until they're like 60? Not what I'm saying at all. It's just this indication that this person has this sage within them. It's just up to them when they're ready to embrace this sage, embrace this wise person that they once were in a previous lifetime. That's just what I'm saying. So let's go ahead and see the connective lesson between these two. What connects them? What's the connective lesson? Wow. It's just love. I'm going to draw two more. Okay, so that's great. So this just tells you here that this is definitely a love connection. The two of you were meant to come together and experience some kind of emotional love. To me, this is like an emotional love card. This is for people that are just, the depths and their love is going to be tested in this lifetime. That's for damn sure. It's going to be tested. Wow. Okay, you guys, this to me is probably specific for some twin flames out there that are watching this. As in, if you were identifying this as being a twin flame reading, we're getting a confirmation that this is a twin flame that we're talking about. Now, that doesn't mean that if this person that you were, you're watching this video and you didn't know about twin flames, I'm not telling you this is your twin flame. Like, I'm not doing that confirmation for you in this video. That's a personal journey. That's a personal discovery, on your end. If you want to take it that way, you can. But this is just basically for those that have come into this reading as in twin flame. That's just that confirmation that you are dealing with a twin flame connection here. But the thing is, without that being a twin flame, we can still read this card as this is somebody who is balancing out the energies. You guys are balancing out each other's masculine and feminine energies. You guys are going back and forth. You guys came here to balance one another out in this lifetime. So you guys definitely have this contract, and it goes very, very deep. It's not just you come together and then farewell. No, you're probably going to feel this connection on such a deep level to where you're never going to forget it. You're always going to be changed, forever changed from this. Yeah, and then we have the crone. You know, I really love that we have the crone and the sage, because to me, this tells me that these two people, okay, they're already ascended. Okay, their higher selves, they're already ascended. That is a part of their higher self. They're already there. But what I'm seeing here is that they're supposed to both ascend in this lifetime together. That's what they're here to do. They're here to really ascend in this lifetime. They're here to actually really, really grow. For some of you watching this might be this contract where it's like, this is it. You don't want to have to come back, or you don't feel the need to have to come back into this kind of a reality in order to learn these lessons. You'd like this to be it. You may be here to do something to change the world together in some way. So once both people ascend and they're both on the same level and the same frequency, because they've done the work to blend the divine masculine and feminine energies, okay, now they can really come into why they really came here, which is love. And something about perception, as in maybe changing the way that the world sees love, or changing the way that the world perceives something, okay? So to me, this couple is here for some major, major changes, major important things. And I'm going to put these over here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the specifics. What is the mental connection between these two? Is it challenging? Is it smooth? What's the situation? So in this lifetime, so this is what you're either... Okay, wow. And of course, that happens to be the toughest sword out of them all. We have the 10 of Swords, and I'm just going to go ahead and do all of them until we get everything. So I'm going to do the 4 suits. This one is the Cups. This is the emotional connection between the two of them. Okay, there it is. This is going to be their physical connection, as in like, kind of like the material, like what their connection is to the material world. That one wants to pop out. 2 4s, interesting. And their energy together. Their connective energy. Okay, so what we have here, you guys, is the lovely 10 of Swords. Okay, so I like 10s because 10s are about completion. We're done with the cycle, we move on. And so when I was just speaking of this couple, probably doesn't want to have to come back into this kind of reality, this kind of 3D reality. There's probably a good reason, because it's quite difficult. You know, we're dealing with ego, we're dealing with all kinds of things. And so when we're dealing with all that stuff, we have to face our worst fears. And so this 10 of Swords card is a little bit different than your traditional tarot. We don't have the man laying on the ground with the 10 knives in it, or the 10 swords in his back. This doesn't look like that scary, actually. But what I get from this is, as we can see, this person is facing something. It's like facing the darkness, facing the truth of a situation. To me, it's almost like that judgment. It's like facing everything that has happened to you, everything that's been very challenging. So since this is the mental energy, what I'm getting here is that this couple was really and is really meant to challenge each other, and literally challenge them to the brink of possible, like I can't take anymore. But it's about transformation is what I'm getting. You guys are meant to challenge one another until you transform, until you let go. You guys may be pushed so far where one pushes the other, where somebody has to just completely let go and maybe accept for a period of time that this relationship is just not working, or that there's nothing left that you can do. You might feel completely hopeless, like all hope is gone, and then miraculously it just comes back together at a later point. So that could be where you guys are at mentally. And again, we did have the perception card come up for, where did I put it here? Oh, here we go. We did have the perception card come up for this feminine energy. The way that she perceives things is very key in this situation with this person. So if she perceives things as being just completely dead and done and over with and hopeless, it's really like she's going to be her own worst enemy. She's going to make things a lot harder than they have to be. So she has to get her emotions and her mental perception under control. She has to make sure that she doesn't look at things that are either not working at this present time, or maybe possibly this person is in another cycle with another person and they're learning something. Might be a time where they just need to pull back and be patient, or pull back and work on themselves, or maybe detach for a little bit of time. Whatever they want to do, it's up to them. But it could just be that there's certain things that sometimes need to end, as in there's a cycle, we go through it, it ends, and maybe we pick up later. It's just about accepting when things are over, as in accepting when we can't move forward any longer for the time being. Sometimes we just need to realize that we've reached the bottom for a reason, and now we got to dust ourselves off and we got to pick ourselves up. So people could get really stuck in this energy is what I'm seeing with this connection. People could get so stuck in feeling defeated, or feeling sabotaged, or feeling betrayed, heartbroken, that they're never able to get out of that energy. They just keep kind of holding on. They actually keep themselves from growing in this connection because they hold on to the pain is what I'm getting. And that's not good. So emotionally, what we have is the Four of Cups energy. Now, the Four of Cups in traditional tarot is about, they see a person and they're being handed a cup and they're just kind of like, I don't want it. They're just not happy. They're not satisfied. They're kind of bored. They're just kind of feeling discontent in life. Well, as we can see here, I read this card a little bit differently in the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. As we can see, we have a male and he's looking in the mirror. Now he has this scar. He has this scar on the side of his face. And he's trying to see the beauty within himself. He's trying to accept himself in some way. And so for me, it really is about people accepting themselves and loving themselves enough to be able to share themselves with someone else. And so what I get from this card emotionally with this couple is that it's either one or both of them that don't feel good enough for this connection. They withdraw from one another, or they just they're on this pattern of not accepting something because they don't feel like they deserve it, or they don't feel good enough. I also get that they're not ready at a particular time. When there is a cup that is being handed to them, they may not have the tools, or they may not be mature enough to see the value in it, is what I'm getting. And so there could be something about timing, as in if one person is just not accepting this cup, that's because they still have some growth to do. They still have some growing up. They still have to find themselves, is what I'm getting. So if you guys are in a period of separation with this particular person, it's about timing. This person really needs to find themselves. They need to feel better about themselves before they can feel good enough to be with you. But this is also vice versa. That could be your energy as well. You don't feel good enough about yourself. And so it is hard for other people to be attracted to an individual, or to feel good about being with somebody that doesn't feel good about themselves. They don't feel worthy. And that does rub off and rub people the wrong way. We would think that people would be like, oh, we want to nurture you because you don't feel good about yourself. And sometimes it actually repels people. And so they're just kind of like, it's like an energy repellent. They don't want to engage with it. It's a downer. It's a bummer. They'd rather be with somebody that's very confident and feels good about themselves. And so that could be an issue within this dynamic either way. When we have for the material, as in the two of you together in a material sense, as in your environment, who you are in the 3D world, we have the Four of Pentacles energy. Now, the Four of Pentacles energy is, for me, it's a card. It's kind of like a card where we don't want to like let go of something. We want to just hold very tightly onto something. But it's also about somebody that maybe they need to break outside of their regular box. And so this could be a card of stubbornness. That's the way I read it. We can see this person, they're so busy busy holding up that, whatever that is, I don't even know what that is, but they're so busy holding up, I guess, their foundation, that they don't have time to engage in anything else. So one or both partner may be very focused in the material world and working in the material world that they don't have, or they don't make time for this connection. So someone may be very hard when it comes to allowing love, or even recognizing love when it comes into their life, because they're so busy working in the material world, or they're so focused on the material world and their possessions and money and materialism, and also what's the word I'm looking for? Just kind of like the, I can't think of the word, where we just are thinking in terms of materialism, superficial crap. That's what I wanted to say. Superficial stuff. And that might be where their focus is at. They're just too materialistic. And when we're in our too of a materialistic state, that's ego right there. And so if we're stuck in that, we may look at other people as in they're not good enough for us. So we don't want that. They don't drive the right car. They don't have enough money. They're not successful enough. And so there could be a reason why this person may not feel like they are worthy of you, or vice versa. So this could be a real theme in this dynamic. This is energy wise. We have the 7 of fire. Now, the 7 of fire in regular tarot shows somebody that has a stick, and they're like, defending themselves against all these other things that are coming at them. They really have to fight in order to keep their own. And so the energy here could be that there's a combat between the two of you. There could be this fiery, passionate energy that works sometimes, and other times it doesn't. As in, we can have that passion that's really great when it comes to, excitement and romance and sex and all that stuff. But then when it comes to actual anger and being defensive, there could be this energy that's coming through as people feel like they need to defend themselves. People feel like they're on the defense. People feel like they're not going to be accepted if they speak their truth. This person here, she has her hands up against her throat, as in she is afraid to speak her truth. She's afraid to really unleash her fury. She's really afraid to unleash who she truly, truly is, the real energy of who she truly is. And so I have my cat walking through. Hi, sweetie. So she could just be really, really feeling like she needs to be on the defense. She needs to almost like protect some part of herself that she's not comfortable revealing. But this could be either or. This could be the energy of either person. But the energy is very passionate. It's very fiery, but it's also very defensive and kind of like protective at the same time. So to me, this isn't the easiest connection here. We did see, though, when we started this reading, just how deep it really is. You're here for love. You're here for connection. So all those things are there. But when we're talking about the daily things that are going on in the 3D life for the two of you, probably right now, or already has happened, does look quite challenging, doesn't it? So remember, this is just the energy of right now. So these energies can technically change with time. But this is the current energy, as in the things that you've either experienced so far with this person, or that you're experiencing now, or that you're about ready to experience if you haven't quite gotten there just yet. But definitely challenging energies here is what I'm getting. I don't see any energies that are actually just really easy and really flowing. Sorry, guys. I wish I could say I did. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the challenges and the strengths of each person. So when we're speaking of, and let me just pull it out here because I think it would be easier. There we go. So I'm going to do this one and this one. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at the challenges for this Queen of Water person here. What are the challenges? What are the blockages? What are the things that they're really going to have a difficult time with within this connection? This one wanted to come through. We have rebuild. This is actually the Tower energy. This right here to me is really saying that this Queen of Water may have a very difficult time when it comes to rebuilding and restructuring. But this could also be that indication, like the Tower. Tower is that we have a faulty foundation. And so we know that things need to crumble. We know that we need to start over. We know that we need to tear down a structure so that way we can rebuild it properly. And so what I'm getting from this is that this Queen here could have a real challenge within this connection where things aren't going well. She may be afraid to let it go. Okay, she may be afraid to let it go because she's afraid that it can't be rebuilt, or she's afraid that if she lets it go in its current structure, that she's never going to have it again. But what the lesson really is for her is that she has to realize that why would you want it in its current state? If it's in a state of chaos, and if it's like literally almost crumbling down anyways, it's like you might as well bite the bullet and let that shit crumble down all the way, and at least you have a chance to rebuild something fresh and something positive and something new in the future. Rather than holding on to something that isn't working, it's best to let it go and let it restructure. So for me, this is really all about trusting in the universe that if something is ending with this person or something isn't going right, it may mean that she needs to let this go in order for the universe to come in and help to guide to restructure this, or to let this go with this person so it can crumble down, and with the possibility of it starting fresh in the future. So I'm feeling like there's a lot of fear that blocks this Queen of Water in this lifetime when it comes to this particular person. Let's go ahead and take a look at the King of Fire's blockages. And these two cards wanted to come out, so they're going to. We have 2 sevens. Oh, wow. Okay. So the sevens could be an indication of something specific. If you guys have a connection to sevens, this could be a message for you. But we've got the 7 of Swords, deception and envy. Okay, so we have a man who's wearing a mask here. Now, the 7 of Swords to me is never a great card. This has to do with somebody that may be dealing with sneaky behavior, lying and being deceptive. They're trying to kind of like sneak around and get away with something. So this particular King of Fire, and this could be the reason why it came up in 2s, because maybe I'm speaking to 2 different sets of people. So if this message doesn't apply to you, maybe this one will, or vice versa, okay? So the deception and envy is really, again, it's somebody who continuously desires to have something else besides what they have in front of them. They always feel like the grass is greener on the other side. But instead of standing your ground and actually telling people, they sneak away because they're weak. They sneak away because they can't face the error of their ways, or they can't face what they started. They don't want to deal with the consequences. So they would rather slip out real quick like a coward rather than stand their ground and take the shit that they started. That's just what I'm getting here. So I'm actually reading this as a combination too. So this King of Fire, as strong as they may appear, and as strong as they may feel sometimes in other areas, I'm seeing when it comes to this action, this is a weakness for them. This is a block for them within this dynamic here, okay? And this might be one of the reasons why this person needs to see the signs, see those red flags, realize that, hey, this current state and what's going on is not okay. We need to let this shit go. I need to cut this out. I need to step away for a little bit of time, or whatever I need to do, because I can't continue to be in this energy with this person. They're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. This has got to fall. We got to restructure. We can't continue to go on like this. That's what I'm getting here. So, but this person here may also, so if that doesn't apply, okay, take this message as this is somebody who feels like they're backed up against a wall. And so they may feel very, very defensive. That might be one of their blockages or one of their downfalls in this lifetime, is that they literally are just constantly like pushing people out. Like they're not allowing you to come into their space. They're not allowing you to be a part of their life because they're too busy defending something, whether it's their independence, whether it's their heart, or whatever it is. They're just downright defensive. They keep you at bay. And so it's a flaw either way you want to read this. They're either not standing up and doing the right thing, or they're just pushing you out, and they're keeping you from allowing you to love them and allowing you into their life. So this is a downfall. So those were the negatives. So of course, let's go ahead and go into the strengths now. So what are the strengths of the Queen of Water? I love it. The Queen of Water has the Sun. So this is the thing, you know, as the rebuild card was a hard card because it talked about, you know, being afraid to restructure and rebuild or letting something end that probably needs to end. But we have the Sun card here, and we have the shining, like she is just shining brightly. She has positivity. She has a zest for life. She's not afraid to move forward. She has energy to live. She has light that cannot be extinguished. She's not going to allow anybody to dim her light. She has something to share with the world. She's not going to allow whatever is going on with this person to ruin her for other experiences, is what I'm getting. So even if some of you are struggling with that right now, this is telling you that this is a strength that you may not even realize that you have. You have the strength to carry on. You have the strength to shine. This person isn't your only reason for existence. This person isn't your only supply of energy and life. You have other things that will, you have other things that will nourish you. You have other things that will, replenish you. And that is your relationship with the divine, with the creator. That's actually more important than even this. So your relationship with that has to come first, as in your relationship with yourself before this person. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is that that's the strength that you guys have in this lifetime. Is you're getting your nourishment straight from the universe, not from this person. And once you get balanced within that may follow with this person. But in the meantime, the strength that you have is the connection to source, the connection to the divine. That's what I'm getting here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the King of Fire. What are his strengths? Passion ignited. This is the Ace of Wands energy. Okay, so the thing is, I love that we have the King of Fire, and now we're talking about fire energy again. So a part of this person's strength is new beginnings, as in they follow their passions. They are led by their passions. They allow the passion to ignite within their lives. So the thing is, as much as they may be keeping you at bay or not wanting to deal with certain things that they did, it looks to me like when it comes to their strengths, when it comes to the rest of the things in their life, they really are about moving forward with new opportunities. They may always see another opportunity as something that will ignite their passion. I just see this person as being very passionate and following their passions. But see, I want you guys to really take a look at this again. We have the Queen of Water. This person is here for emotional healing and for an emotional experience. So what does that embody? Unfortunately, it probably embodies pain. In order to transform ourselves, it's going to encompass some kind of challenge in order for us to grow. It's just the way it goes. If this person is here for passion, that's what they're experiencing. They're following their passions. They are following, like when we follow our heart, sometimes we win some and we lose some. We take a chance. Literally, we take a chance. It's better to have loved it's better to have lost than never love. I think that's what the saying is. True. You do take a chance every time you fall in love. And you know what? When you take a chance to trust somebody and fall in love and go down and have that emotional experience, you are taking the chance that once it is over, if it's not meant to last forever or whatever happens, it can sometimes feel like a death, but you wouldn't have experienced it. Sometimes people will say that it was such an amazing experience. They're so glad they had it. No matter how painful it is now, you're better for it. So what I'm getting here for this person is they're experiencing things a little bit differently than you are. And you might look at this person, which is why this perception card is calling me to talk about it again, because you might perceive this person as having it all, or not even caring about you, or not even dealing with any of the same kinds of pain and experiences that you're having. But there's a reason for it. They're here to grow in a different way. It doesn't make it better and it doesn't make it worse. It means that it's different. So the contract that the two of you made is different. So this person is here for different reasons. So really, really make sure that the way that you perceive the situation isn't that you're the loser and that they're the winner. You definitely don't want to get into that habit of thinking that way. This person will learn their lessons. This person will get their karma. This person will learn what they need to do and be able to either grow from it positively or not. But it's up to the divine and it's up to them. It's not up to us. And so we've got to focus on ourselves is what Spirit's saying right now. We got to focus on ourselves. Just because we made a contract with people doesn't mean that it's like that people will 100% stay on track and fulfill the contract. Sometimes karma is created because people, they fuck up. They do. It's just a part of life. It's kind of like when you sign up for a class, you may decide, you know what? I just am not feeling it right now. So then you stop the class. And then maybe you go back for your certification years later. It's the same thing. You know, we're going to probably be drawn back to it because it is a soul contract, but we can pull out of it. We have free will. You can change things. That's the beautiful thing about free will and life. So now that we went into that, let's go ahead and take a look now of the things that need to be surrendered. Okay, what are the things that need to be surrendered for this Queen of Water? What is she needing to surrender in this lifetime? So this, of course, is going to embody lessons for her as well. This is the power of surrender cards, just so you guys know. Okay. She has to surrender her attachments to results. I'm going to read it. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen. Then let go of those results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. So this Queen of Water is really having to surrender her attachments to the results in this lifetime, okay? She may have done a lot of emotional healing already, or she is in the process of doing that now. She may feel entitled, as in, I've done all the work. Why isn't this happening? She has to surrender her attachments to these results. She has to align her thoughts in she is doing her healing for herself. And even if she is trying to send healing to this person, she still has to surrender the attachment to those results, because we can't make anybody do anything. We can't make the growth happen. We can't make it happen for them. All we can do is send love out of pure unconditional love. That's it. That's it. So this person is either going to get it or they're not going to get it. But we're still going to continuously work on ourselves, and we're going to enjoy the results that are coming with that, as in we might not feel as sad, we might not feel as lonely, because now we're working on ourselves. We are putting more time and effort into things that make us happy. But if we're pouring all of our energy into trying to emotionally heal this person or raise their vibration, I mean, those are all wonderful things, and I'm not telling anybody to stop doing that. But sometimes people are so attached to the results of this, when they don't see it happening, they start to lose faith. And that's the thing. That's because you're too attached to the results. And so that's what the divine is saying right now. You're sabotaging it because you have an outcome, like you have an attachment to this outcome. So you got to make it about you, and you have to make it about unconditional love. And that really is the true embodiment of twin flames, is unconditional love. That's what it is. So let's go ahead and see the what the King of Fire needs to surrender in this lifetime. Surrender your desire to control people. It says being overly controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. So this person right here, this King of Fire, could possibly be very controlling. Okay, that could be an aspect of that person. They could be very controlling. They could be very controlling as in they're trying to control their own emotions, and they're trying to control themselves. And they do it in such a way to where it keeps other people at bay. And that's actually more of the message that's coming through with that particular card for me, because I already saw it with this person. They're very much into pushing other people out. They're very much into defending and controlling the situation. And so I don't see it so much that they're controlling other people, even though that could be an aspect of this person. I'm seeing that they're more trying to control themselves when it comes to other people. And so what that does is it creates other people to feel like they need to back off, or that they won't let anybody in. So they need to surrender their desire to do this in this lifetime to keep them separate from other people. Okay? What needs to be surrendered when it comes to this connection? Surrender the fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or even death. Repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. So when it comes to this relationship, whoever, or if it's both of them, are in fear of this relationship changing. And I do feel like it's more this person. And the reason why is because they came up with that Tower card, which is about change and restructuring. So when it comes to this particular connection with this individual, you need to surrender your fear of this necessary change that needs to take place. You need to trust that the universe might possibly be taking it from you for a reason, or redirecting it, I should say, for a reason. You have to accept this change. Surrender your fear of this change. The more you hold on to, keeping things from changing, the worse the situation is going to get. So it's like the restructuring of the Tower that came up for the Queen of Water really needs to be embraced. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the romantic advice here. So this is from the romance angels in regards to the love advice for this couple. Be authentic to who you are. So this one's for the Queen of Water. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. So that right there is saying that above all else, whatever is going on with this person, the Queen of Water must be authentic to who she is, no matter what's going on. So this Queen of Water may be afraid to be who she truly is. We already saw it with this energy earlier here. She might be afraid to express who she truly is, and fear that she will not be received well by this person. That could be an aspect of it, okay? She might be afraid to say how she truly feels, or something that's on her mind, or to share some sort of dissatisfaction with this person's behavior. So there could be an issue there to where she's not being authentic to who she truly is. So that's what the romance angels are really telling her, is in this lifetime she needs to be more authentic to who she really is. What about this King of Fire? The King of Fire here, what we have is the union of hearts. This is a connection of love that defies explanation. What I'm getting from this card is that the King of Fire, if he is not if he is not embracing this, what Spirit is saying is that there's no denying this connection. This connection defies explanation, and you freaking know it. And so the thing is, the more that this person keeps putting their hands up, the more this person keeps trying to defend their independence or to just cut themselves off from feeling, it's only a matter of time, because the universe is straight up saying that this is a connection that defies explanation and logic, and you can fight it as long as you want, but eventually you're going to have to face it, is what I'm getting here. That's pretty heavy. That's pretty significant. So I'm not even going to go into a connection, because to me, that's the embodiment of the connection right there. It's straight union of the hearts. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's go into the, let's go ahead and go into the abundance card. Well, no, this is the Archangel Gabriel tarot cards. I want to see, as far as abundance is concerned, this could embody life purpose. This could embody any kind of, I don't know why I'm saying the word embody so much. I swear I get stuck on certain words that I say over and over again. Moving forward, I swear I always say that word too, so it probably gets very annoying for some of you. Okay, and so this is just going to give us a little bit of insight into the abundance, or just something like life purpose in regards to these two people. So that might be interesting to take a look. And then we're going to top it off with some advice from the universe and our angels, and then we should be within an hour. So okay, and then we have the Angels of Abundance. I think this is Archangel Gabriel's Angel of Abundance. So I like to use these two decks together. Okay, so I'm actually going to spread these up here since I've ran out of room. Okay, so for the Queen of Water, let's go ahead and get two cards here. We have this card, and we'll take this one. Okay, so we have the card of decision, which is number 15. This is interesting because this is actually the Devil card, but it doesn't say the Devil in this deck. It says decision. So this says, release yourself from that which holds you back, a need to detox, unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. So this has to do with her life purpose, possibly career, something like that. It's also combined with classes. Learning and teaching are a part of your higher calling. So take either message here, okay? Because some of you might be like, what? Learning and teaching isn't a part of my higher calling. It could or it couldn't be. Doesn't matter. There could be something connected to some of you that are teachers. You could be a spiritual teacher even. You could just be an instructor. You could be like taking classes at this present time, trying to further your education, to further your career. But whatever it is, what is holding you back is your self-confidence more than anything. Your self-confidence is holding you back. Or unnecessary worry is holding you back when it comes to your divine purpose and your life purpose. So if your divine purpose is about expressing yourself or teaching others even in any way, it doesn't have to be through a freaking class. It doesn't have to be a teacher in a classroom, but it could be literally writing a book, as in you're inspiring people to change or to help them and aid them in more positive ways of thinking. That could also be, it's like, to me, it's like you're inspiring people to possibly do things differently, or you're learning, you're a student in this lifetime. You're just holding yourself back because of unnecessary worry and a lack of self-confidence. So it's about making decisions based on confidence and love rather than on fear or lack when it comes to teaching or sharing some kind of knowledge with the world. So hopefully that resonates with some of you. And for the King of Fire, we have two of Gabriel, and we have retreat. Okay, so the Two of Gabriel is the Two of Wands. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your visions. I think it's interesting because we have the Two of Wands when it comes to the life purpose, and we also have the King of Fire, which is fire element. So I think it's interesting that we're keeping it within the same element. And then we have the retreat card that says to block out distractions, spend quiet time alone so that you can focus on your priorities. So the thing is, this person may not have found their place yet. They may have not found their life's purpose yet. And the reason why is because there's a possibility that this person has been so distracted with their environment, or so distracted with other people, or perhaps another person that's in their life that shouldn't be in their life. They're wasting time at this point is what I'm getting. They could literally collaborate with other people that share their same vision and do something amazing in the world. This other person could be you. I see the Two of Wands as a twin flame card. This could be you. You two come together and have something amazing to share with the world. And this person is too busy retreating from their life's purpose. So they're not on track with their life's purpose is actually what I'm seeing. I mean, some of them may be partnered up with somebody and they're doing something great. That could be the case. But what I'm seeing is their true divine purpose is not being explored. It's not being explored on yet. It's not being taken yet. Those steps haven't been taken yet. So it's like you two coming together and blending this masculine and feminine energy, which is just like fire. This helps bond the two of you in order to create something amazing in regards to, doing something. I mean, I see retreat in classes for some of you. This could literally be that you come together with your twin flame or this other person, and you guys actually have a retreat that you offer classes. I just want you guys to take some of that into consideration, that could be a message for some of you guys out there. This could be something that some of you already have envisioned in your mind, that this is something that you would love to come together and do with this person. You already see it, you feel it on every level, you know that it's a part of your soul, but this person just might not be awakened to it yet. But you guys literally want to create some kind of a place where people can feel like they can retreat and learn something from the two of you in possibly a spiritual way. That's just what's coming through. It's pretty freaking amazing. So the last cards that we're going to do are going to be messages from the angels here. So, oh yeah, I should have had this one up here all along. This is the union energy, the female and the feminine. Okay, so let's go ahead and see for the feminine. Goddess of the unknown. It says a new chapter of your life is around the corner. Remove fear and embrace the unknown. You know what? This really is going along with everything that we have just talked about for this person. This feminine energy, it's like she has been asked to let go, and that's what she's doing. So this is what her angels are ending this reading with, is saying it's time to let go or remove fear, because something wonderful is just around the corner. Embrace this unknown. So if she's afraid, it's about embracing the unknown. This card here, the masculine. Goddess of oneness. Okay, so someone you love is thinking fondly of you at this moment. And so basically that really is saying to this person that this person, of course, is probably thinking about them very fondly at this present time. But what I'm also getting to is that this person is also thinking about this person. I almost feel like the feeling is mutual. So some of you may not feel like this person or this person ever thinks about you, or that they don't remember you in a positive way. This card is coming through as kind of like that angelic message to tell you guys that this is happening. So I'm going to actually put this smack dab right in the middle because I feel like it is a message for both people. Let's go with the specific one for the King of Fire. God of reflections. The qualities that you see in others are simply your own reflection. Oh my God, it's another twin flame card, you guys. That's crazy. So again, this doesn't have to just be for twin flames, you guys, but if you guys were looking at this from the twin flame perspective, that's another card when I see it that does remind me that, hey, you know what? We're talking about reflections. We're talking about mirrors. We're talking about what you see in another is what you see in yourself. So what the angels are like literally saying and assisting to this particular person, this King of Fire, is that if there's something in this person, this Queen of Water, that you've been running from, that you don't like, or that you are rejecting, it's because you're rejecting a part of yourself. There's something in this person that's triggering you in such a way. Sorry, my cat is scratching the bed and now it's shaking the camera. This person is affecting you in such a way that it's forcing you now to have to be uncomfortable and to dig deep and figure out what about yourself that's unresolved, why you either feel so icky or why you feel so like irritated by this person. This gives you an opportunity to dig deep to figure out what the deal is. So this is like major shadow work to me. This is somebody who is doing a lot of projecting onto you for their own freaking issues. And this happens a lot. A lot of people will do that and they'll be super irritated and super pissed and they'll be downright cruel to you. And the reason why is because there's something about themselves that is unresolved. I've done it. I do it. I'm probably doing it right now. So it's just what we do. Now we're going to take a look and get a few messages from the universe. And this is just as a whole for this couple. No, I'm going to individualize it. I just feel like it. So that's what I'm going to do. This one here, it says, be curious, look deeper. This is telling you that not all that you see is what you think, okay? Again, this is really about perception. So your perception may be like you think that you see something and that it's just what you see. They're telling you to dig deeper, look a little bit deeper into the situation. Be curious as to what's happening and why it's happening. Be so curious that, sorry, my cat, be so curious as it forces you to look deeper. Whatever has happened with this person, if they're flinging their shit on you or just being super cruel, be curious as to dig deeper, as in, you know what? It's about them. It's not about you. It really is, because that's really what it boils down to. It doesn't mean that there's nothing that we do, that we've done that might not have some kind of role in what's going on. But really, when it comes down to it, the way that people feel about other people is because it has something to do with their own stuff. And so it forces you to look deeper into the situation, because we do have this 2 cards here that are just very hidden to me. So that's what I feel the message is for this Queen of Water, is to just really kind of the details or the lack of information that she has. She needs to take this time to dig deep and go within herself to kind of figure out what the situation is or how to feel about the situation. Weave your own destiny. So this right here is a message for this King of Fire, and that's what he's doing. He's creating his own world. We know that he's a creator. He's here to create. And so the universe is telling him to continue to weave your destiny. But what I also get from this card is that you reap what you sow. So whatever you weave is going to be your destiny. So if you weave a bunch of shit and you basically do things that aren't on the up and up and you don't do it with integrity, then the destiny that you're going to ultimately have to experience is going to be, what you've sown. You're going to have to reap it at some point. So it doesn't have to be a negative, but I had to throw it out there because we've seen with this particular person that there might have been some shady things that they've done in the past with that 7 of Swords energy. So I just had to say it, okay? And now let's go ahead and get one just for the connection. Find the middle ground and compromise. What an amazing card to have right in the middle of these two. Find the middle ground and compromise. So the universe is saying when it comes to this union, especially the person that's watching this video, you have to find the middle ground. You have to find the middle ground to compromise. You have to realize that this person A is not completely in control of your happiness. You are in control of your happiness, okay? So you have to find more of the middle ground. If some of you are just placing so much weight on this situation and just placing so much importance on this has to work, this is my only source of happiness, this is the only person that I want to be with, just, you know, all of that. You got to find the middle ground. That's not a balanced way to be. If you're feeling severely off balance or you're feeling severely unhappy, there's probably a reason, because you're not balanced. So what the universe is saying to close this reading out is that you have to find the middle ground in this situation, or else you're going to lose ground. You're going to continue to feel off balance. You're going to lose your way on this path. And it's very important that you do find that middle ground, so that way you can find the answers to complete this journey and to do what you're here to do, which is to grow, you know? So anyways, I hope that you guys really enjoyed that reading, and thank you for watching. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.